Yo, what's up? Here's a review for episode 3 of The Last of Us, the HBO series, and I'm a little bit late with this review, but I'm so excited to talk about this episode because this is the one that introduces Bill and Frank to here, and the great thing about this episode is it changes up what happened in the video game story. I've been replaying parts of the video game here to kind of, get a little bit more of a feeling of what's going on and, trying to remember some stuff, but this story right here was changed and done so well. You got Nick Offerman who's playing the character of Bill here, and it's a little bit similar to his character from Parks and Rec, and he's a survivalist who stays in his town after it's been evacuated, and you find out that those people who were evacuated were later killed and stuff, and he basically creates this little town that's gated around in his own little sanctuary up until he finds someone who's trapped in one of his traps, and it's a dude named Frank who they end up having a relationship and just spawning a really big love affair and everything, not a love affair but just a love interest with each other, and start this really great relationship that has its issues, has its ups and downs, but it's one that's happening in this apocalyptic world. And I really enjoyed how they told the story. I do think the relationship started off a little bit too quickly at the beginning, but I do enjoy and do think that it makes some sense that these guys probably didn't see anybody for a while and are coming together, and something sparked between them two, and I really enjoyed that here. I also would have loved to see some parts where they fought together against some infected or some raiders and stuff like that beyond what we saw in some of the little parts with them. But I also would have loved to have seen something where Nick Offerman is doing the character Bill and fighting some things on his own. But I do think that what they did here was really great, and they told a great story with these two, especially how it's something different from the game. It's not the same story as Bill, but they took essences of that story and put it here, and that was really well done. I also really enjoyed the parts with Joel and Ellie, especially towards the beginning, and them looking for supplies and traveling around trying to find to Bill's place and everything, and them going to a place where they see a Mortal Kombat arcade and them talking about Marlene and stuff like that. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan, so I love that. Ellie killing her first little infected and examining him and stuff like that. That was really interesting. But especially after they find Bill's place and they see everything that happened, how they kind of bond towards the end and have some discussions and just clean themselves up and all these other things. I really enjoyed all those aspects of this episode, and I think that this for me was a 4.5 out of 5 stars. They did so many interesting and smart things with this, especially how they changed and advanced things from the game. This was a really smart episode and a really great love story. I liked it so